Hi, my name is Mrs. Crane, and today I will be reading the book Biggest, Strongest, Fastest by Steve Drinking. Animals live all around us. They crawl, walk, run, hop, swim, and fly. Some animals are too small to see without a microscope. Others, like the blue whale, are bigger than a house. Can you believe it? There are animals that move as fast as a car and that would need half an hour to cross a room. But here are some of the biggest and smallest, fastest and slowest, strongest and longest animals. They are the record holders of the whole animal world. The African elephant is the biggest land animal. The largest elephant ever measured was more than 13 feet tall and weighed 22,000 pounds. An African elephant eats over 300 pounds of grass leaves every day. That's grass or leaves. Here is a diagram of a person and how big the elephant is compared to them. The strongest animal for its size is the ant. An ant can carry 5 times its own weight. A strong man can carry something that weighs about as much as he does. So here's the strong man. He can lift about his own weight. Look how strong that ant is. This is a really cool diagram showing the strength of that ant. The tallest animal is the giraffe. Male giraffes grow as tall as 19 feet. The females are a little shorter. With their great height and long, flexible necks, giraffes can eat leaves that other grazing animals cannot reach. Look at this diagram. The legs of this giraffe are even taller than that human. The blue whale is the biggest animal that has ever lived. A blue whale can grow to be 110 feet long and weigh over 168 tons, as much as 20 elephants. That's a lot that it weighs. Even the biggest dinosaur was smaller than the blue whale. I had to take a minute and look at that diagram because that's amazing. That person looks so teeny compared to that whale. The Etruscan shrew, the world's smallest mammal, could sleep in a teaspoon. From the tip of its nose to the end of its tail, this shrew is only 2.5 inches long. It weighs about as much as a ping pong ball. Look, it shows compared to the human hand. Wow. That is a tiny little shrew. The smallest bird is called the bee hummingbird. The bee hummingbird is an acrobatic flyer, and it is only about 3 inches long. It weighs 1/30th of an ounce. That's less than a dime weighs. Look again at this diagram of how small it is compared to that hand. The sun jellyfish is the world's longest animal. Look at this right here. This diagram is amazing. Look how small that person is compared to that jellyfish. Sun jellyfish have tentacles over 200 feet long. They drag these poisonous tentacles and filaments through the water to stun fish, which then they catch and eat. This is one of my favorite pages because I can't wait to show you the diagram of how big this spider is. The largest kind of spider is the bird spider. Look at this diagram right here. The bird spider measures almost a foot across and has a poisonous bite. spins a very strong web to trap the birds and the large insects it eats. That is a big, big spider. The cheetah can run faster than any other animal. A cheetah can run speeds of over 60 miles an hour, but only for a few hundred feet. When it chases another animal, such as an antelope, the cheetah must catch it quickly. The electric eel gives the strongest shock of any animal. An electric eel can give a shock of up to 650 volts, over 5 times the voltage needed to light a standard household light bulb. That's enough electricity to give a serious shock to a horse or other large animal. Look, 5 light bulbs, that's a lot of electricity that this has in its body. Wow. The land snail is one of the slowest animals. Some snails can move only 8 inches in a minute. At that speed, the snail would need 5.5 days to travel 1 mile. Fortunately, the snail, with its hard shell, does not need to run away from danger. Look, this diagram has a person just walking, and look how far behind that snail is. This is for all you snake lovers. There are many kinds of large snakes, but the anaconda is the biggest. Look at this diagram of the anaconda next to the person. Anacondas can grow to be over 25 feet long and weigh 400 pounds. They wade in trees and drop onto their prey. Hungry anaconda can swallow a whole deer or a goat. Wow. The flea is very small, but is the world's best jumper. The flea is only 1/16 of an inch tall, but can jump 8 inches into the air. That's about 130 times its own height. If a 5.5-foot tall woman could jump as well as a flea, she would leap onto the top of a 65-story building. Look at that illustration. There's the flea way down there. So the flea can jump as high as I'm 5.5 feet tall if I could jump on top of a skyscraper that had 65 floors. Amazing. The Galapagos tortoise lives longer than any other animal. Galapagos tortoises can live to be over 150 years old. That's twice as long as the average person can expect to live. And that's the end of this book. Here are all the facts in the back about these animals, the sizes that have the records for them, the diet, what they eat, and even the range where you can find these animals. It's so interesting that all these animals hold the records, but remember, there are new animals born every day, so maybe sometime there will be a new animal that will have a record, or maybe there will be an animal at the same time that holds the record, but it's longer, or faster, or stronger. Thank you for listening to this book.